Hello YouTubers, it's Championdjk coming at you again with another weekly update video. I am very under the weather today. So I'm going to try to make it through this without coughing too much in your ears. So I apologize ahead of time about that, which I feel one coming now. Oh man. Alright, so anyway, I have a little bit of a fever. And yeah, so you guys don't want to hear about that. Let's hear about some cars. So, this week would have been one of the best weeks for Diecast ever, except for my mail is delayed due to a ridiculous amount of snow that we're getting here. So unfortunately I did not get any mail today. Otherwise I would have had a pretty sweet package to show you guys. And so we're just going to have to wait for next week for that. But let me tell you, it's going to be awesome. So that's all I can say about it right now. But it's going to be super cool. So super awesome stuff I have to show you next week. So I kind of had to throw this one together for today. But I will go over what I found. And as usual, it'll follow the regular format. So here we go. All right. So one thing I found in a store is this guy right here. This is a 3-pack, which has got the multi-pack exclusive Ford GTLM race car in there. It's green. It's right there. We're going to open this up in the second half of the video. If anybody knows a good resource to look for what cars are multi-pack exclusives this year, let me know. Because I want to find out what is all out there. I don't know if this Mustang, like this Mustang I haven't seen in the main line at all, so I don't know if this is a multi-pack exclusive too. I know the GTR is from last year, so that's not. But I know the GT, the Ford GT is, because they're releasing this. They got the mystery model one, and I think they were coming out with at least one more multi-pack exclusive yet, or some other 5-pack or something yet this year. So there is that. We're going to open that up. Got the Bel Air Gasser. Pretty sweet, right? This thing is awesome. So we're going to go ahead and open this up in the second half of the video. We're going to free the piece on this Chevy Bel Air Gasser, which is cool. Can't wait to look at that out of its packaging. So we're definitely going to do that. I also, this week, was fortunate enough to get a couple of mail finds this week. RAOKs, one sent from @DustKingpin on Instagram, and another sent from Ronan Cho, or Cho614 _Diecast, or Cho_614 Diecast. So anyway, so check those videos out if you haven't seen them already. I'm not going to really rehash any of that here, except for the one thing from Cho was he sent me the Toys R Us exclusive Ford F150 Johnny Lightning. So these were very limited. I think they were limited to like 168 pieces, I believe the regular ones were limited to. Something ridiculous. So I got this here. We're going to go ahead and take a look at, I have another one we're going to take a look at. This one I got from a Fleet Farm, or Mills Fleet Farm. You're probably not familiar with it if you're not from this area. But this was a Tommy Johnny Lightning. And they were selling these for like $1 a piece one time, blowing them out, and I bought like a bunch of them. I only have one left, but pretty cool. And then we're going to go ahead and open up the other 4 that I have in my collection. So I've got the 2 regular releases, so these are limited to 1088, so still pretty limited. This is from Classic Gold 2017 Release 2. You got one in a champagne color and one in blue with a white stripe. So the Toys R Us one I'm missing is the one in the champagne color without the stripe. As you'll see, this one is the blue without the white stripe. And we'll look at this more in detail in the second half of the video. But so there's those. And then there was 2 hobby exclusive releases of this that were limited to 1,800 pieces. One in like a silver and blue and one in a red and silver. So it's high time I get these packages opened up. So we're going to go ahead and open those in the second half of the video. And then also this week, I was fortunate enough to actually score 3 Ultra Reds from the latest series. Okay, awesome. Anyway, this one I got in a trade right away at the beginning of the week to a local guy, Song. Thank you very much for helping me out with this one. So I traded him, super easy trade. This was the Corvette Z06. Which we're going to take a look at this. Obviously, I'm going to open these in the second half of the video, and we're going to take a look at the 2 regular releases as well next to it. And we're going to talk a little bit about what they're doing with Ultra Reds in this series as opposed to other series. And then this one I found at Walmart. Interestingly enough, I kind of know the toy manager at the Walmart. Anyway, we're friendly. I talk to her when I go in and all that stuff. And I knew Auto World was hitting that store. I went there. It was nowhere to be found. I went there the next day. It was still nowhere to be found. I wasted employees' time trying to look for the cars. They could not find them. And then eventually, the toy manager there found them. She found them hidden. So somebody went there and hid the whole Auto World case behind Scrabble. Okay? And they left behind this Ultra Red. They must have not known what they were looking for or known that this was an Ultra Red. So gladly, I scooped this up. So this is my one real wild find so far in April, I think. That's all I found. But anyway, here it is. Ultra Red, another one from this series. And then my buddy Jeremy Bolter found this one and graciously traded this one to me as well. So this is the Dodge Dart Swinger, definitely one of the hot ones in the release. So last week, I think it was last week, Todd had got me had found me the Country Squire wagon, the Ford. So I've got the Ford, I've got this one, I got this one and this one. I've got the Galaxy coming from Surplus Goodies. So that one should show up early next week, so I can show that to you. So now all I'm missing is the old 442, but I got a lead on one from somebody from Instagram, so I think I'm going to be picking that up. And then I'll have this whole series completed. That will be the fastest that I've ever completed an Auto World series, including the Ultra Red. So I already have all the regular cars. I got them in sealed cases, struck out on Ultra Reds from AutoWorldStore.com. And then, so obviously I've got all the regular ones. We're going to take a look at those, and pretty soon I'll have this series complete. All right, so we're going to go ahead and flip this camera around. We're going to open up this stuff per usual, so stick around. All right, so let's start out with this beautiful 55 Chevy Bel Air Gasser, which is a K-Day mail-in, Kmart K-Day mail-in. Probably not going to be too many more of those. We keep saying that, right? Honestly, with Toys R Us going out of business, I can't believe that Kmart is still in business, to be honest with you. But here this is. Enjoy the mail-ins while they're around, right? Go ahead and take this out of the Protecto because we are going to open it up. And just take a look around the packaging here. Very nice, very nice. Looking good. I think this is the original tooling for this with the rivet up front. I think there's a different one with a rivet further back or behind the axle. That's probably the one on the convention one, which hopefully we'll get to take a look at that. Wink, wink, hint, hint, nudge, nudge. All right, so go ahead and open this up. Free the piece. That is cool, man. All right, let's zoom in. Look at that thing. Really awesome. Not to dog it at all, though, but the only thing I don't like about this is the total dot matrixy looking grainy kind of tampos on it. And a lot of these cars have that. When you look at them really close, like you don't even need a macro lens to look at it, but when you look at them close, it almost looks like they were printed on like an inkjet printer, like a not very good inkjet printer. I mean, it still looks cool, don't get me wrong. The color is really neat. It's like a Spectraflame red, deep red, and then I like that they have a gloss black roof on it. The tires say Hot Wheels on them, which is awesome. So it is a really cool little car. We got details on the front, which is great. So it's got full deco. It's got like pop culture style full deco. So, but the only thing is those tampos. Those tampos are grainy in resolution. I don't know if you can see that very much on the screen. You probably can. But very, very grainy. So that's still a really cool looking piece. And really cool to add this to my Gasser collection. I'm sure some people ended up getting like tons of these. There's going to be a lot of these out there. But still a cool car to get. So I hope if you wanted one that you were able to go ahead and mail in for one. There's all sorts of ways to do it if you don't have a Kmart near you. Just got to find somebody that does and that's willing to help you out. I was actually able to go to that K-Day, so luckily my buddy Crazy Todd, as usual, comes to the rescue. All right, so here is this Hot Wheels 3-pack and Suresh. Suresh went along with them too. So these are kind of random. So 3-packs. Quick note on 3-packs. You can find these. I found this one at a Shopco, which I don't know if y'all have Shopco near you or not. That's another probably retailer that's going to be by the wayside at some point in time here shortly. Wow, this thing's hard to open. But anyway, otherwise you find them at Walmart. You'll find them up by the registers. So if you look up by the registers, you'll find 3-packs. And so there's your Nissan GTR. So you've seen this one before, obviously. This one was a mainline release for last year. Really cool little car. This Mustang, I don't know if it was released last year or not, or if it was available on the mainline. It may have been, and I just don't know. But it is a nice looking color. I like that brown color. Sorry, I gotta pause here every once in a while. I'll take a drink because my throat is like sandpaper's in it. Alright, so here's this GT500. And then this is the reason why I got the pack. Love this casting. We'll get every version of it possible. I think there's a couple that are going to be tough to get. There's Speed Machines, I believe, releases of this that I do not have that are going to be the tough ones to get. But really like this casting. The only thing I don't like about this one, they didn't, I think it's a yellow or orange interior, which is kind of hard to see, but when you do see it, it kind of looks, I don't know, to me, ugly. I think they should have just kept like a black interior or the gray, like charcoal gray interior like they do the base on this car. But anyway, I dig this car. I like this casting quite a bit, so glad to have it. Pretty awesome. I think the best one ever of this released was that Gran Turismo release of it with an all-metal body, rubber tires, all that good stuff. I think that's the best release of this casting, so if you don't have that, you should look for one of those and get it. It's awesome. So there's that. All right, so then next up, let's go ahead and take a look at some Ultra Reds. We'll start with a Corvette. All right, so before we open up this one, let's take a look at the regular. So this is what you'd normally find on this card. This is the version A of this Corvette. It's a very good looking casting. It's got blacked out rims. Racing, it says on the back there. Got a Florida plate. I can barely tell. All right, so there's that. And then, so this one, it's got the hood that opens the proper way for this car. You can see inside there, detailed engine. This one's pretty much blacked out. The headlights are really cool on this one. They're a lens piece right here, and then they're detailed underneath the lens piece. So just a really cool casting. So a little backstory on this casting really quick as we look at the B version. This is what you'll find in set B of the release. This casting has been released twice before in a premium line, and it was actually supposed to be released in the True LE line, which was a line of Auto World that started before the licensed premium stuff and did not last. The only tooling that got made for it was a Dodge Challenger. And this was a tooling that was supposed to be used in that lineup, but it ended up not sticking. So these just have black interiors, both of them. The paint on this one is really actually awesome. The paint on this one's not too shabby either. I like how they mix up the wheels in the A and B release. This one has chrome, this one has black. They look good as a pair together. So those are pretty cool. But then the Ultra Red. So the Ultra Red, this is pretty cool. So what they're doing here, it appears, is they're going back to the roots of a white accent on the vehicle. The only one I found so far that did not have a white accent was that Ford Country Squire wagon. And the reason why that doesn't, I believe, and maybe I can dig that out here in a second and I'll show you, but is because it's got the wood paneling. I'm not going to do it because it'd be too hard to explain without having all the versions of it in front of me. But they try to vary, so since these castings are used so much, they have to vary the Ultra Red so that you can tell the difference between releases, you know, aside from just the license plate, because usually the license plate is also different. So anyway, let's open this up. So this one, the obvious difference, aside from the Ultra Red paint, now, you got to understand, last year, 2017, if you found an Ultra Red, the Ultra Red would have a white base, at least for part of the year last year, to get more confusing. The other part of the year, you would find either no white base at all, or you'd find a Ultra Red base. if that doesn't get too complicated. So anyway, one of these days, once I get more of these and I have a full set, I will totally explain every release and what the traits are of an ultra red, but they do mix it up a little bit all the time. So this one's got white rims. Very cool looking Corvette. I have my Corvette casting. This casting is complete for me. I've got the other versions of it. Really cool that they did white rims on this one. So this is the white accent. It's an ultra red color. The white accent for this one is the rims. And I think it looks great. So there's that. Here it is next to the orange one. And then next to this one. So I thought a lot of people would probably be fooled with this color, probably think it's an ultra red, but it really is quite orange, so it'd be tough to really mistake it. It's not too tricky. But that you just can't mistake. White rims, definitely an ultra red. Looks great. Thank you, Song, for hooking me up with that one. Thank you very, very much. All right, so next up, let's take a look at the one that I found. This was the Impala SS. So I'll quickly zoom out. So this is the regular version, okay? This is the set B version. So all right, sorry for the hard cut there. The alarm went off on this phone, and apparently that stops filming. I didn't know that was going to happen. I'm actually using my wife's iPhone 8 Plus because I don't get mine until Tuesday. Mine's not coming in until that because I got the larger capacity version. Anyway, they didn't have it in stock. All right, so here's this. So here would be the set B. Here is the set A. A lot of people are going to be like, oh, that's red. Is that an ultra red? No, it's not. Let's take a look at the set B version first, just because. So if you find the ultra red on this card, it's going to be a pretty easy one to figure out, right? Because it's going to be a red car on the card that has the silver picture of the car, right? So that's going to be simple. Really easy to figure out. The other one is red, right? So a lot of people that don't really collect Auto World too much think they see a red car and they think it's an ultra red. This one is not a metallic red, so it's an enamel, so it's going to be harder to make that mistake, but you're still going to get people that are going to be like, is this an ultra red, is this not an ultra red? I'm not really sure. So here it is with the black vinyl top, nice looking casting. Here it is in silver. Nice looking casting, super detailed. Of course, these things, the hood's open. If I can get one open. Oh man, this one's tough. All right, let's try this one. I don't want to spend too much time on this. All right, that's pretty stiff, but I got it. Detailed motor, looking good. Hood shuts fairly well. I think after a little bit of playing with it, it'll shut perfect, but so there it is. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And then this is your ultra red. Okay, so you see the difference right off the bat. Regular car, ultra red. Regular car, ultra red. So what is the difference? This hood is actually not shutting that great, which is disappointing. Sometimes you got to just get them to sit just right to get them back in. All right, so anyway, difference is the white accent. Boom. Well, and obviously it's an ultra red paint. Okay, so it's a red car, it's an ultra red paint, but it also has a white accent. And the white accent on this one is the white vinyl top as opposed to the black. So there's your white accent on this one. I like that they're doing this again. I like for this release that they are, you know, going ahead and bringing back the white accent. So it's still got the silver trim right here on the side. It's still like your standard candy red paint. All the details of it are pretty much identical except for the top. And of course the paint is more of a translucent color or candy color than it is on the enamel version. But there are those two cars. I was really happy to score this one. Very awesome. This is a super heavy casting. This is a very long car too, so it does not fit in your standard like Plano cases or anything like that, which may be a bummer for some of you, but I dig it. All right, so there's that. And then last up, we'll take a look at the Dodge Dart Swinger. Very cool car. Black. We're going to go ahead and open that up. That is your version A, which this is probably the standout of the whole set. Versions A and B is this black swinger. And then we got the red one, or orange one. Pop that one out. Take a look at that. There's the orange one. Zoom in. It looks kind of red on this camera from where I'm seeing it, but it is actually very orange. The wheels really make this casting in comparison to the old version of this casting. So just real quick, if I can, pretty please, I'm going to go ahead and grab an older version, which this is a version that I just got from Dust Kingpin, and you can see the difference. Just the wheels that makes. So this one looks cool. I mean, it looks good with those wheels, but man, with those wheels, it looks fantastic. That looks awesome. And then there it is in orange. And then of course, what do we got to do? We got to open up the ultra red. Here's the ultra red right here. And again, we got white accents. Okay, so the white accent, not that stripe. It's actually on the hood. That stripe is on this version of the casting anyway. But they added some white striping on the hood of the car. So there you go. That is your difference there. Again, cool. I dig it. I'm glad that they're doing that, that they're putting the white accents back into the ultra red. No white base. I don't really care about a white base. They made it easy to tell, which was cool. But I like the white accent stuff a little bit better. It's more of a color variation. It looks good, and I like it. So there is your Dodge Dart Swinger with these awesome wheels. All three of these look great. And I'm super glad to have them in the collection. So thank you very much, Jeremy Bolter, for finding this one and that you were willing to trade it to me. I know that you kind of didn't want to, so because you're a Mopar guy, and I can't blame you for not wanting to get rid of this beauty. So just awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. There that is. All right, so that's it for Auto World, guys. Let's take a quick look at Johnny Lightning, and then we're going to exit this video. It's getting really tough for me to talk. All right, so here's the truck. Here's the old Johnny Lightning version of it. Pretty much all the older Johnny Lightning versions of this truck look like this. This one is pretty cool, though. It's got tailgate that lowers and an opening hood. So that's pretty cool. The wheels are pretty cool. This is the SVT Lightning. So that is awesome. It's a good version of this to have. Definitely like it. But then the straight F150, the detail on these ones just is awesome. This one, the bed isn't super straight. It's got a little bit of a bow to how the bed meets the body, but that is not a big deal. But the trim and stuff, the way they do the tampo work and everything, tailgate still goes down. I mean, it just looks great. Round 2 did an awesome job with this casting. So here is the Toys R Us exclusive one. I'm just going to start popping these open. So this is the regular counterpart for that, the version A, with the white. God, these crack open so easy. Here's the version B, more of a champagne color. Again, tailgate goes down. All that's good stuff. So pretty cool. Dig the color of it. Champagne and tan. Definitely dig that one. Just a really cool car. Kind of wish I would have got more of these just to hoard. I think it's going to be a popular one later on. And then we got version A and B of the hobby exclusives. I don't think these are going to be as desirable because they made almost twice as many of them. But here's this guy in kind of a forest green, and it's actually forest green and silver. Here's the base. Looks really nice. And then a red and silver. Really cool. So let me know which one of these is your favorite. For me, I think the classic blue with the white stripe is definitely the coolest looking one. I dig that a lot. this one's really awesome too. And so is this one. The hobby exclusive ones are pretty cool too. Out of these two, I would say this one is the best. So that's that. Also, let me know which one of these Ultra Reds you think is the coolest looking. I'm definitely leaning towards this one with these wheels, but of course, that's a cool car. And I love the fact that they did these white rims. I think that is so cool. All right, so that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you guys very much for watching. Have yourself a great day.